With your boy CzxxTentacion, all rights reserved. We did the rundown of what it was I wanted to talk about next. We back to the ideology, back to the point of talking of interest. Now, what's the one point that I'm trying to bring up now? This is a call to all women making claims that they are the baby mother of Tentacion. There were a bunch of women, yes. Around that time, there were way more than at least 5 to 7 women claiming that they had the baby. This is calling all of you, if you have any proof or anything to show that you are actually a baby mother and or was a baby mother, to in a way confirm the things we heard from Zabella, whether you were an ex like Geneva or someone that was affiliated in his life. This is something that we want to hear. We want to hear from you. Here at CommenterNation, you can type down in the comments below, but we know there were multiple ones. So before we start looking over the videos where you made the claims or the posts you made the claims, we're calling to you now to come out and over here to speak on it. Were there really threats being thrown around towards the baby mother? See, what we're trying to do is build some type of synonymous factor between them, whether you got rid of the baby and no longer have it, if you have the proof, or you were in a situation that was similar. Any of you who can speak on it and speak on it in a legit, verified way, we're looking to hear from you. We're not just taking people's word for it. I'm being shown things. And if anyone could prove Zabella was not, you're also welcome. As well as proving things true or not, because what we're here is about a factual thing. And I'm aware that there can be entities to try and throw some type of deception factor within the research. So with her, she didn't slide through yet, but I'm looking to see her come through. Zabella Official from Instagram, if it was true what we've talked about, and any other women who were making the claims at that time. We're not looking down on you. We're not stepping on you. We're not here to threaten you. We're here to see if any truth lies in anything that was said related to any subject we've covered, as far as it goes about the baby mothers and the women that were claiming that they had a relationship that no one knew of. Thus far, Genesis is even welcome to prove that she had a prior relationship, other than the one picture that was circulating very wildly to try and give some type of proof to her stance and a factor that she was involved with them. You see, because what we do here is we do real research and we do real topics. So we want you to step up and take the initiative to show, look, I got a threat too, this is that, and to prove it or to make it. Now, why am I doing this? I'm doing this because this is the show that CommenterNation was not behind. Commenter Universe, Galaxy, whatever, grab a drink movement was not behind the claims that she wildly made on their page. We were not behind that. And that is the only, let's say, murky point of interest as far as any research came to understanding whether there was some type of tight-knit affiliation dealing with the situation. That's the only thing that's very questionable. That's the only issue of interest that we have now, because that is alarming to not only my commenters but me, that she did that. There's a lot of people doubting her, and there's some that are standing by her in my comments. So right now I see sort of a 50-50 thing. This would be a strong tiebreaker if we have other individuals that are of that area or of the related areas that have had interaction with him to say that, look, I had a baby too. It's not only that baby. Or I received threats too, and here they are. It's not only that. So this is a credibility check. The credibility is everything when dealing with these type of situations, and I did not find it credible when she was trying to blame directly people, and I did not see them react normal, which at this point in time we can't say either that was a good or a bad sign, because they could have just been ignoring her. So that's why I'm putting that out there. So I'm giving all of you a chance to stand up for it, to say either you knew, you didn't know, either you guys were affiliated, you weren't. This is an open-ended address to many different subjects that came up to know whether or not they were truthful. See, that's the thing. We started really asking questions. We started really mentioning and standing for things that a lot of other people didn't. Some people just put up the photos and things right after it happened, but what's crazy is that if you check the time periods, and you could double check the time, my largest video, to date was June 12th. Okay, so the incident didn't happen to June 18th, and I started blogging immediately after. There wasn't a time where I waited after between. I automatically started questioning things immediately. That's the difference between me and a lot of the different people that did question it or tried to stand for something during it. That's the difference. And that's why I'm putting it out there, that if there's someone else that wants to come up and say things an opposite way or bring another questionable factor up, yeah, you can do that. But we questioned it and stood for it a different way. We approached differently than a lot of other people on the net, and my commenters can co-sign that. Even the people that dislike me can co-sign that, because we asked questions. We didn't make accusations and say this person had to be involved. We asked around the situation. We addressed witnesses. We addressed investigators. We addressed Riva Motorsports. We addressed everybody that was part of the situation, and we caught a few of them up in lies. And that's something else that will come out later as I've addressed it throughout this series. But now I'm talking to the baby mothers that were claiming that they were carrying a child, or were claiming some type of strong net affiliation to this rapper that was tragically taken from us around June 18th. So my dates check out. See if a lot of these other YouTubers' dates check out. See if a lot of these women's, their dates check out. But what's alarmed me is the type of accusations that went towards certain people in the series that were being thrown out there by opinions. And that's my thing. Is it an opinion, or does she have proof to have made these claims towards major people that were inspirational in his teenage life to his adulthood? This is very crucial, because this will help to build a picture. Now, like I said, I came out with many outcomes to a situation. I had many different viewpoints on it. I didn't take one and run with it. And the reason I didn't do that is for these reasons, such as now specifically, because I already knew there was going to be other situations that were going to be addressed because of these type of investigations in the nature and the way that the information unveils. And the fact I knew they were going to take it quiet and try and work behind the scenes quiet, even work to a session where they're giving audio and video experts to help research go further. See, I saw these type of things happening, and I knew that these would be factors to the situation. But that's why I put it out here how I do. That's why I talk about it like I do, because I fully understand the way things are going to be addressed. I fully understand that there's going to be reasoning to make more than one gesture, to locate information and to derive some sort of outcome in what has been presented to us. So as this information is unveiled and things are being presented, I want to see who else is going to step up and make a statement. It's all about making a statement that's truthful, not accusations. We're objective here. So if you say you're part of CommenterNation and you're not objective and you're making accusations, you need to check yourself. We never did. We question evidence. We question issues. We question the crime scene. We question what's unveiled to us as information, bills of information, who's legit, who's not, what are synonymous factors. We look at it overall. We looking in every piece. We're not just looking at one side, one perspective. Even I looked at the perspective of the mastermind, the investigators, when I started off. I covered every aspect and every action as far as this scenario goes. So what I want to see is who's going to step up and show that they're relevant to them saying that they were alleged to have been close to this person, not just what they said. That includes Isabella and everybody else. So that includes the ex who he even spoke of, the one that's gone. I looked into that scenario, that situation, how that was a factor here. So CommenterNation is not just a nation to throw stuff at, that we're going to just take it and run with it. It is taking it and addressing it. And if anyone could disprove it, prove it, you're welcome to do so. I never not listen to someone speak, and they can vouch for me on that. See, the thing is, they can vouch for a lot of techniques and a lot of things I use to be honest, earnest, and to put myself out there as someone who's going to listen to what you have to say. Now, if it turns out that one of them is not true and that any evidence they gave is not true, I'll run with them for being liars, in the same sense that I run with what they're saying. And I mention it, put it out there, and allow the public to judge it. So it's the same scenario, no different than the witnesses that were caught in many lies by myself and CommenterNation that hopped up on social media platforms talking about they seen it all, knew what happened. I addressed them the same way, and so shall everybody else in the same scenario. I'm not holding anyone's hand through it. I'm not even babying someone's comment or what they think. I'm seriously taking what they say into consideration and putting it out there. See, that's the difference between me and a lot of other YouTubers. I'm not running with the story. I'm placing it out there to the public since no one else wants to speak on it. But you know how I rock. Where y'all at in the comments? All rights reserved.